What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. This is the wrestling news on August 15, 2024 for you all today. And yeah, I got the final color of the rainbow that I wear. This is the final debut of the newest mask and cape colors that I ordered about a week ago. And yeah, or actually 2 weeks ago, but it delivered into to my mailing address like about a week later, which was almost a week ago right now. But yeah, finally got the finally got I finally got these colorful masks and capes. This is the last one I'm debuting, which is green, which I already did like orange this past Friday last Friday on Rampage on August the 9th. Yeah, and then we got pink from last Sunday on August 11th, I believe, and then we had yellow on August 13th, and then now I finally got the final one that I got on my collection, and that is green. I'm gonna be doing this like as of right now until in the foreseeable future. I'm gonna be wearing green. I'm gonna be doing the wrestling news videos on a Thursday week, like, or even if it's like a Money in the Bank premium live event or whatever AEW pay-per-view that has the color green in it, or if I'm doing like a Green Bay Packers review video on my future NFL videos, and or even like if I'm doing NBA and I do like the Boston Celtics, like for an example. But yeah, until then, I'm gonna talk about what's the of the wrestling news video that's very intriguing, and we're gonna be talking about some AEW news, and we're going to be talking about today more wildest and intriguing wrestling news, stories, and rumors for you SNA Assassinators need to know from the Wrestling Inc. article. Sorry about the tongue tie, but we're going to start off today with AEW All In 2025 date and venue has been announced by the AEW promoter himself, Anthony Khan, like what Timeless Tony Storm would like calling him. Or the Timeless One once said, let me rephrase that. Shortly before AEW began its residency for AEW Collision and Ring of Honor in Arlington, Texas, as Sports Stadium, rumors began to swirl that AEW could be holding an even bigger event in the arena, sometime in 2025. Now, with only one show remaining in the residency before Collision and Ring of Honor head out like the road again, that rumor has become a reality. At a press conference today held in Arlington, it was announced that AEW All In would next year will be held in Texas, taking place at the Globe Life Field, home to the Major League Baseball's Texas Rangers. The show will be held on July 12th and will be the first ever wrestling event held in the baseball stadium, which officially opened only 4 years ago. And it says right here, All In being held in Texas next year will end AEW's 2-year run on holding the promotion in London, England, Wembley Stadium, which will host the second All In just a week and a half from now. It will not be the last, however, as AEW owner Tony Khan confirmed that at the press conference that AEW would return to London for 2026. And it says right here, should all in field up globe in a Globe Life field, it would give AEW their highest attended event like ever like in the U.S. like as the baseball stadium can hold up to over 40,000 people with its record with its record like so far like being 43,598 people for a Morgan Waller concert like in October 2022. It's also another sign of AEW's vast ambitions like for 2025, as the promotion is also rumored to be holding a stadium-sized show in Australia, which would mark AEW's first foray into the country. And what's your reaction of what's your action? What's your not action? I mean, what's your opinions onto this? Like, is very this very intriguing news. Like if not shocking news, I should say, with AEW All In taking place in Texas, which I believe is going to be in Arlington. Yeah, in the Texas Ranger Stadium at the Globe Life Field. And again, are you going to be attending that show? I sure hope I do, but yeah, that's a different story for a different video. But let me know down in the comment section right down below. But yeah, and are you excited for this? Like, and are you and plus and also are you going again and what are your thoughts on to AEW possibly going to be hosting a stadium show, a big time stadium show, their version of a WrestleMania size event at a Australia stadium in the country? Do you do you think it's going to be like a pay per view like Double or Nothing, or do you think it's going to be like what's that pay per view like, or Wrestle Dreams, or a what's that other one? All Out? Like, you think it's gonna be like an All Out, or do you think it's gonna be a Double or Nothing, or Forbidden Door, or what AEW pay per views that you are thinking about that could fit in that role? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But let's move on. Let's we got some Bryan Danielson news. Like hoping AEW All In match is like WWE match, which he was was when he was concussed. Bryan Danielson has his sights set on at Wembley Stadium and his match with Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship at All In, where he will be forced to retire forever if he doesn't win. Danielson had originally said he will stop wrestling full time once his daughter Birdie turns 7 years old, which happened earlier this year, but decided to up the ante like by putting his whole career on the line on August 25th, tying into the name of the event as he is willing to go all in order to become AEW World Champion. Danielson's wife, Brie Bella, or Brie Garcia, let me rephrase that, like asked the American Dragon on her and her twin sisters, Nikki and Brie show, what he wants to get out of the match with Strickland in London, to which Danielson stated that he wants it to be like one of his favorite matches of his career, like one, and he replied, one of my favorite moments, like if wrestling, like was when I got to wrestle Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania 35. It was the match. It was it. It was the match. Like it was the atmosphere. Like so, I'm hoping for a match that I enjoy at least as much as one like an atmosphere like that. Bella will be ringsided with Danielson's children in London, which prompted him to remember one small detail from what happened after his match with Kingston in 2019, and he added, one of the things that I'll never forget, and I got concussed while continuing this interview. In that match, is coming to the back and you're holding Birdie, and Birdie reaches out to me, and she just wants a big hug, right? That will I will be etched, I'll be etched in my brain forever. So when I think of things, it's this idea of okay, creating a memory that I'll remember forever, but maybe my kids will remember forever too. And what are your thoughts on Brian Danielson's revelation about his match against Swerve Strickland at AEW All In? And do you think he got and do you think he got what it takes to become the next AEW World Champion? And he's going to be sticking around in the business for a little while until he drops the title to somebody that's next worthy of being the AEW World Champion? Or yeah, mommy, yeah, I can get. There you go. There you go. Give this to mommy. Yeah. Yeah, gladly. But anyways, assassinators. What oh yeah, let me know. Yeah, Brian Danielson. Do you think he's gonna win the AEW World Champion from Swerve Strickland, or do you think this is gonna be his last match and he's gonna retire for good, and there's no way that he's gonna come back out of out of uh out of hanging up his boots for good this time in his own terms, similar to John Cena in his retirement tour, which is gonna be starting next year in 2025. But again, let me know in the comment section right down below on what's your thoughts onto this matter, and do you think Danielson is gonna win similar to his match against another uh, another African American world champion, and that is the New Day member, and one of the New Day members, but except it's the other way around with him beating Kofi for the with Kofi beating him for the world championship and having his moment. But do you think it's gonna be somewhat similar to that, with the underdog beating the overdog kind of story, and for the world championship? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I'm not sure who to pick right here because I do not want to see Danielson retire sooner. But maybe it's for the best. Who knows? We're just gonna have to wait and see about that. Who's gonna be? We're only 10 days away, which I'm absolutely excited about. Hopefully this match will be very tremendously great. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about we got a video with AEW's Jeff Jarrett, in Sanjay Dutt questions Adam Page's loyalty next, and it says right here that Hangman Adam Page has returned to AEW with vengeance on his wrath. Was not been in insulated to his his names and his nemesis. I was nemesis. Yeah, insulated to his nemesis, which is the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland, Brian Danielson, and Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and others have also found themselves where was I? I have also found themselves the targets like of Page just ire like as Hangman feels like they are in the way of him getting revenge on Swerve Strickland after his vicious beating of Jay Lethal on AEW Dynamite, which led to a, phys, a, physi, of a physicist a physician like checking the former Ring of Honor World Champion. After the match, Sanjay Dutt had some cutting remarks for Page in a backstage interview. And he says like nothing about you defines what a real man is. Like I've put all in pieces together. Like you have never shown loyalty like to the people that care about you. And Dutt ran down Hangman's list of factions and friendships. Like nothing that not a single one lasted. Page was insulated himself for the world championship. And Sanjay Dutt added this: you're on an island by yourself. You're on an island by yourself, surrounded by his friends. Like you're gonna stay on that island for the rest of your eternity. And no one is going to give a cowboy sugar honey iced tea about anything you say or do because you're not a real man. Jarrett went on to explain that many changes have happened in AEW over the last few months, but his family with Dutt and Lethal, and his wife Karen, is a constant, and that Page had earned the fury of them all. I and this and he and he and yeah, he went on to say when oh no, what I'm saying right now, but yeah, he said he you're welcome, but anytime tell mommy and daddy the same. But anyways, but yeah, he shared his 2 cents in by saying like I don't care if it's Cardiff. I don't care if it's Wembley. Jarrett warned at the family, you're in their crosshairs. Like you're. And I guess that's the challenge. And do you think this is the challenge? And do you think that Jeff Jarrett's going to win? Like, what if it's going to be on the go home show of AEW Dynamite before All in Cardiff, Wales? Or do you think that Hangman Adam Page is going to win? Like, what if it's in Cardiff or in London for All in Wembley Stadium? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about. We got a video that's been AEW shares of a retrospective tribute to the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Just the day before AEW, Anthony Khan, I'm just kidding, Tony Khan revealed that the show would feature a special tribute to Bryan Danielson. The idea of a tribute to Danielson, who's scheduled to challenge Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship at All In next week, in a match where Danielson is also putting his career on the line, didn't surprise anyone. What was surprising was Khan's revelation that the video package would be set to the Green Day classic of the good riddance, with the time of your life, a song Danielson said he'd played at his funeral. And And on Wednesday, Khan was true to his word, airing a near 3 minutes, near a 3 minute tribute to Danielson, set to Good Riddance, just prior to the main event where Swerve Strickland defeated Danielson's pro is that Swerve Big Danielson's protege, Willer Yuta, while not featuring any footage from Danielson's 10-year run with WWE. The tribute feature just out everything else, including still photos and clips from Wrestling Road Diaries, Danielson's run in Ring of Honor and Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, his matches in CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and of course his 3-year run with AEW. And while narrating this tribute video, Danielson said, "I think of things like that I've been deeply impacted by. It's not necessarily like the matches, it's the moments, the relationships you build, and this will be 25 years into wrestling. I'm the best mentally that I've ever been." Video package was seen as moving by many fans, wrestlers, and pundits, with the lone exception of Strickland, after beating Yuta. Strickland threatened to cripple Danielson at All in front of Danielson's family, no less, and then proceeded to lay Danielson out with a house call when the latter turned his back to close the show. And do you think this is a sign that Danielson is definitely going to lose, or do you think this is just a near coincidence and they just want to something do something special before the match and say, in case if things fall through for Danielson of winning the AEW World Championship, there's a little pre-retirement tribute video, because it looks like if he already retired, but he didn't even have the match yet, so he's not quite there yet. But if this was any other way, I would be hoping Danielson does win, and then he sticks around for a few more months and as AEW World Champion, and finally win the belt that he was trying to win for the last 3 years, which he came unsuccessful with the likes of what's his name? First it was Kenny Omega, then Hangman Adam Page, then MJF, and who else was it? I believe Samoa Joe. But either way, now this is going to be his 5th title challenging for the championship, and I hope that he does have a great match. I'm not sure if he's going to win the title, though. That'll be a miracle if he did. To have him stick around for just a teeny tiny bit. But yeah, it's gonna be in the main event: Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson, champion versus career match, and winner. The winner gets to become AEW World Champion. And if Danielson does win the championship, he's gonna keep his career. But if he loses, then his career is over. If Swerve Strickland walks out of AEW as still your world champion, of course. But yeah, I hope this will be a match for the ages, and I hope that this will be hopefully that this will be the match of the year candidate, like, or if not already, the match of the weird award-winning match of the year match itself, like without being debated by other matches in AEW they had so far this year in 2024, or even overall in AEW history. But from one AEW star to another, we got some. We got let's start one AEW star to another because we finally got an opponent for the CEO Mercedes Moné, the current TBS and New Japan Strong Women's Champion, to challenge her at the upcoming New Japan event, which is none other than the Stardom star that we finally got a challenge. But anyways, Mercedes Moné currently has her sights set on Wembley Stadium, where she will defend the TBS Championship against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Let me afraid do it like this. DMD. I should did it like I did it so in the first place. But anyways, at All In on August 25th. But as the CEO gleefully points out, like at every opportunity, the TBS Championship isn't the only title. It's in her possession. Less than a week after AEW All In, which I believe it's actually like about 5 days after the All In pay per view, NJPW will return to the U.S. Which stands for United States, for the Capital Collision pay per view, like in Washington D.C. on August 30th, where it has been confirmed that Moné will defend the New Japan Strong Women's Champion again, and her challenger seems to have presented herself following her match at Stardom's recent event at Korakuen, like the hall in Tokyo, like Mamu Watanabe. Watanabe, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Hopefully, I pronounced it right correctly. Uh, which is she had some words fight in America. Apparently, Monet watched my fight in June and said she wanted to fight me someday. Mercedes Monet has a good eye for this. I'll fight Monet in Washington. Just wait for me. What Watanabe is currently competing like in Stardom's 5-star Grand Prix tournament in Japan, which concludes like on August 31st. Like, however, Watanabe has lost all four of her block matches since the start of the tournament, making it very unlikely she will qualify for the finals, freeing her schedule up for New Japan Pro Wrestling's return to the U.S. Watanabe was featured on AEW and New Japan's Forbidden pay per view, where she and Chris Statlander were defeated by Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano. Tam Nakano. Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Oh yeah, I thought that was the one that was teaming with Willow the Pillow. No, it's the one that was teaming with Statlander. My silly rear end. But yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she did. Yeah, that's the one that teamed with Chris Statlander. I thought it was the one that was teaming with Willow Nightingale. But anyways, however, Watanabe did enjoy some success shortly after her return to Japan, as she and her audio tie stablemate uh, uh, Te- Thekla. What's it, Tekla? It has an H clearly. Thekla won the Goddess of Stardom Championships from Konami and Sayuri, yeah, on July 23rd. And what is your take on yeah, Mamo what's that what Momo na, na, Watan Watanabe Watanabe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Momo Watanabe challenging the CEO Mercedes Monet a little bit over 2 weeks from now, which I believe is 15 days. But yeah, what's your thoughts on to her challenging her for her New Japan Strong Women's Championship at the event in Washington D.C. And do you think she's going to win the match? And do you think she's going to become the New Japan Strong Women's Championship? I'm not sure if she will because just look at what Mercedes May has been doing with the TBS Championship in AEW. Like she's making that championship like the Women's World Championship itself as well. Like so, if she could do that with the TBS Championship, like she don't have no problem doing that with the Strong Women's Championship. Like just saying, like just looking at it realistically, but at the same time, don't I'm not going to count out with Tanabe, like because she could pull off an upset. Like you never know. Like I'm not gonna counter out or what that discount or underestimate her. She might just pull off the unexpected. Like or like and maybe we should expect unexpected, but on the other hand. Mercedes Monet is a force to be reckoned with in the ring too. She's been showing that ever since she made her debut in AEW. Well, or even like when she made her debut in New Japan a year ago, like when she won the IWGP Women's Championship. So so yeah, I like this is gonna be kind of unpredictable. It's gonna be similar to like with Britt Baker and her, like when she's gonna be facing her for the TBS title at AEW All In. So yeah, but but if I had to make a prediction, and I'm sorry with Tanabe, I just cannot see her just dropping the New Japan Strong Women's Championship just yet. So I would say if I had to predict, it's going to be Monet. But but yeah, let me know in the comments below for you New Japan fans if you think that that we're gonna see a new champion, or do you think the CEO is going to retain? But but let's move on and let's talk about and then we got a video of Brian Danielson's grave warning to AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland after Dynamite next. And what is up with all these AEW news? Like, if it's not about one wrestler, it's about the other, or even the owner himself and the AEW president Tony Khan have a big announcement, which was next year's All In will be indeed in Arlington. But anyways, later this month at AEW All In, Brian Danielson is set to put his wrestling career on the line, and when he faces AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. Championship like the feud between the two continued heating up last night, like with Strickland making things even more personal on AEW Dynamite by beating Wheeler Yuta down, and bringing up Danielson's daughter on the at the end of the show. After Dynamite, then but yeah, it says right here on AEW Dynamite, He got his daughter at the end of the show after Dynamite. Danielson cut a fiery promo, like exclusively to social media, like showcasing the veteran performers' determination leading up to this month's pay-per-view. And this is what you have to say right here on this post.
Get you checked out. Left. That door, please.
Hold that door open, please.
Right. Right here. Go right here.
Got him?
I got him. Thanks, Brian.
Okay, here's the thing. As if this wasn't enough. As if it wasn't enough for this to be my last chance to wrestle for the AEW Championship. As if it wasn't enough that if I lose this match, I retire and never wrestle again. As if that wasn't enough that you hurt Wheeler Yuta. He's like a son to me. As if all of that were not enough. You mentioned my daughter, and you mentioned crippling me in front of my f***ing daughter. Guess what, Swerve? You are not going to get underdog Bryan Danielson. You are not getting Bryan Danielson, who's going to fight from behind. You're going to get the Bryan Danielson that goes out there and kicks people's f***ing head in. That's what you've got coming to Wembley Stadium. I don't think you know what you just did. Between what you did to Wheeler and talking about my family, I saw what you did to Hangman. And when you broke into his house, don't you dare do that to me. See, check what happened to the last person that broke into my house. And even for what you just did out there tonight, your fate at Wembley's going to be sealed. And I'm going to be the new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Now get out of here.
And well, that was some very intense words from the American Dragon. Well, that's because Swerve indeed did make this personal with him saying he's gonna make him crippled, like right in front of his daughter's eyes, like when she's in attendance with her mom, aka Danielson's wife, Bree, and yeah, and then I was like, and the best advisable thing, like I don't think I don't think Swerve should do that, even though they're like a little bit over a week in until the big pay-per-view, and they're gonna probably be already in the UK. So yeah, I don't think he would break into Danielson's house per se. If it was a few weeks ago, I would be saying like even if Swerve, but yeah, before I get in that, like even if Swerve wanted to break in his house, I would highly doubt that. Even if he wanted to, I would highly doubt that he would do it because they'll be in London, and then Tony Khan would no, they're going to be in Cardiff first for AEW Dynamite and Collision. So yeah, it was Tony Khan would not like it if Swerve tried to do something that sneaky before. And yeah, but even if they were still in America, I would say, yeah, not a good idea. Like you might have gotten away with it with Hangman, but Bryan Danielson's not the man that you should be breaking into. Like, yeah, like, and I even heard 10 years ago this on my local news station that they brought this up about Bryan Danielson beat down a couple of burglars that was trying to rob him in his house. but he managed to fight him off and send him running. But yeah, like if I was Swerve, I would be heeding that warning because you're not going to be successful of breaking in, even though he's not going to be stealing anything because